Okay, so you're looking to get right to the core of things, yeah? Cut through the noise.
That's the idea.
Great. That's what we're doing today. We're going to do a deep dive into this piece, Ultimate Sans ces ténèbres. It's basically a written piece. It seems like a very personal journey, some observations.
Right, it reads that way.
And our mission really is just to unpack its main story and, see what it might mean, maybe even for you listening.
Sounds good. Well, the first thing that really hits you, I think, are those opening lines.
Yeah.
J'ai observé la vie des hommes par-delà une vitre de métal. Je l'ai admiré et j'en ai rêvé. It immediately creates this feeling of separation.
Like watching from behind glass.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Looking in on life, wanting it, but feeling outside of it. It's that, universal sense of longing sometimes.
Okay, yeah, I get that distance. But then it shifts, doesn't it? There's a line about waking up.
Right. A definite shift. Puis un jour, je me suis réveillé et j'ai accepté les chaînes de la cage de mon impuissance lourde et pesante.
Wow, chains of the cage of my impotence. That's heavy. Accepting limitations.
It feels like, yeah, it's a really powerful image. Accepting you're trapped, maybe not by walls, but by an inner feeling of powerlessness.
And accepting it even though it's described as lourd et pesant, heavy and burdensome.
Mm-hmm. It seems like a really crucial, though difficult, moment in this narrative.
And from that acceptance comes a lot of pain, it seems. The next verses are intense.
Oh, absolutely. It's just this flood of raw, visceral emotion. Je me suis noyé dans les larmes de ma terreur. Je me suis pendu à la corde de ma douleur.
Drowning in terror, hanging from pain.
Je me suis lavé au fleuve de ma passion et l'eau de ma détresse moi a coulé. Washing in passion, covered in distress. It's a really graphic depiction of struggle.
Yeah, it doesn't hold back. Crying, screaming, even vomiting and howling, it says later. It's conveying deep turmoil.
Definitely. It's the lowest point, feels like, this period of just overwhelming internal suffering.
But then, just as you're in that darkness, there's this really jarring line.
The doctor one.
Yeah. Mais le docteur a dit que mon assurance avait expiré. What is that doing there? It feels almost cynical.
It does, doesn't it? It kind of throws you. It could mean, well, a literal failure of getting help, the system failing.
Like practical problems on top of everything else.
Right. Or maybe it's more metaphorical, like the usual ways of finding relief, internal or external, they've just run out, expired.
That sense of having no recourse left. Abandonment, maybe?
Possibly. It adds this layer of stark reality, or perhaps perceived reality, to the internal struggle. No easy fix coming.
Okay. But it's not the end. There's a turning point after that.
There is. And it's surprisingly simple, action-wise. Alors, j'ai simplement ouvert mes mains et j'ai poussé la porte.
Just opened his hands and pushed the door after all that intensity.
It feels significant, that word simplement.
Yeah.
Simply, like maybe the solution wasn't some grand struggle, but just an action, an act of will.
Taking agency back.
Exactly. After feeling so powerless, so trapped, this is a choice. Pushing the door.
And the door leads where?
It leads to dans monde plein de saints et de ténèbres. A world full of saints and shadows, or saints in darkness.
Ah, so not a perfect world. Not escaping the difficulty then.
It doesn't seem like it. It's more like accepting the world as it is. Complex, full of good and bad, light and dark. It's an engagement with reality, duality, and all.
So if we trace that journey, it's from watching life, feeling separate,
Yeah.
to hitting this wall of powerlessness and intense suffering, finding no external relief.
Right, that feeling of being stuck.
And then finally making a simple choice to enter the world, knowing it holds both the good and the bad.
Precisely. It's a move from being a passive observer, trapped in internal struggle, to becoming an active participant in a complex reality. Acknowledging the pain, but still choosing to push the door.
Interesting. It's quite a narrative arc. From observation to engagement, you could say.
Yeah, that sums it up well. Acceptance of limitations, suffering, and then finally agency within a dualistic world.
So for you listening, think about that journey. From watching on the sidelines to stepping into that world of sans et ténèbres, of good and bad mixed together, what part of that resonates with you? How does that perspective maybe connect with things you observe or even things you're going through yourself, something to mull over?